What's going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Thursday, April 8th, and welcome to another midweek episode of the Duffin Up podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe. As always, we have Michael Adams with us. Michael, how are you doing today?
Brent, I'm pumped, but just got to preface this whole pod with I had my wisdom teeth removed yesterday morning, so I got some gauze in here. I've been spitting up blood. I gave a nice little backdrop here so that maybe it takes some eyes away from my swollen cheeks here. But I'm excited. Masters week, a lot going on. Let's get rolling.
An excellent prelude, Michael. Very, very well done. And of course, our third co-host of the night. You know him as the Irish Chooch. You may just know him as the Chooch. Timmy O'Reilly, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I am ready to go. Michael, it just shows everyone how committed you are to this and how much you love golf because it's Masters Week. You are in pain. You still look good if anyone's watching this on YouTube. And let me ask you guys this. Do you smell that? It smells like azaleas because you know what? It is Masters Week, everybody.
Oh, breathe it in, baby. Breathe it in.
Oh my God. 5 months. I mean, who would have thought we would have gotten back-to-back Masters with nothing in between? I mean, you can't get much better than that. Here we go. Let's get this.
Bad timing on my part with the surgery. Had it on Tuesday. What was I thinking? Postpone that shit until Thursday and watch the Masters. But we're going to watch regardless. Let's go.
Oh, boy. Michael. Series of unfortunate events right there. But he decided to play Notre Dame football. Rule number 75. No excuses. Play like a champion. Even though I hate Notre Dame, we're still going to put that in there. And I just hit the microphone with my hat. We're off to a great start right now. It is, as both Michael and Timmy said, it is one of, if not the biggest week on the golf calendar. It is Masters Week. Boy, oh boy, smell those azaleas. Look at those dogwood trees. We are in Augusta National Golf Club for 72 holes. Half the field will only be 36, but hey, you know, that happens. You still got to play. Good for you guys. But we are going to be from Thursday to Sunday all about the beautiful, beautiful course of Augusta National, which was once a nursery, but is now a golf course created by Bobby Jones. And we are going to celebrate an unbelievable week of golf and an unbelievable turnaround from 6 months ago, just hosting it as well. So we just kind of wanted to start off by just saying how lucky we are that we even got in that Masters in November. But I know that all three of us were able to watch the unbelievable documentary on ESPN, the one in November. And there were so many good things and good, background stories that I don't even think we knew about kind of going into a regular Masters year. Never mind an unbelievable Masters, which was completely rescheduled and pushed into November. I mean, just going for it, that this is the first time that the Masters was ever played outside of March or April, ever. And it's 82 years history. Like, that's kind of crazy. Being able to see like how much detail goes into setting everything up. And Mike and Tim, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. There was one quote from one of the I called him a quartermaster, but I know that's not the right term. It's one of it's the head clubhouse attendant. And he literally said, for us, perfect is just good enough.
Oh my God, it brought chills to my spine because when you think about all the tournaments and everything like that, it goes so smoothly. And I mean, it is perfect. It's perfect. I mean, just like, especially like the way it's broadcasted, they have that website that you can follow every single group. If you like, say you put money on, someone random and you wanted to follow and watch every single shot, you could follow his entire shot. I mean, the Masters is the creme de la creme of production. I mean, broadcast wise, TV wise, sponsor wise, and just the way they run the tournament. I mean, they're selling sandwiches for $2. I mean, if you go to any other tournament, you're buying a $10 sandwich. I mean, that's just little things, but I mean, you can't compare. It's the creme de la creme.
the guys, you just hear the guys talk about it, and creme de la creme. I mean, it's the top tournament. They enjoy it the most. They get treated the best. It's so well done. And yeah, I mean, you just hear these guys rave and get so excited about this event, and the Masters is just so special. Hopefully, we get blessed with some good weather, because that always makes things nicer. You hear this is like the start of the spring for everybody, and it just brings on those joys and um, those warm weather, good vibes, people outside just enjoying life, and that's what this is all about.
I can
Oh,
hear I can hear that magical piano just ringing in the background. Oh, I mean, and not to, I totally forgot to touch upon this with the documentary. I mean, little things like they were showing how to set up, like, this is where the jellies are going to go. These are where, how to set up the fork, knife, spoon, and it gets wiped down because of COVID and all this stuff every time someone leaves. But then they were showing the bag room, in the locker room, and how all of the Masters specific bags come. So like Rory has his bag that he brings on tour everywhere, but when he goes to the Masters, it's a white and green one. Everyone has a white and green bag, specific to their own sponsor, so it's customized. I mean, I just thought, little details like that where just, you wouldn't really notice it unless you were shown in this documentary. I mean, it was just cool just to see the amount of detail that goes into the Masters.
Oh, 100%. And you see the caddy rooms themselves as well. Like you see an unbelievable amount of having to wear those all white, just like long sleeve, long pants. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, good for you guys, man. Like if I ever got to be a tour caddy, I would look at that and I'd be like, that would probably be my worst week as the tour caddy. But at the same time, like I'd be at Augusta National, so I'd probably be okay with it. But you look at it and it was unbelievable how they were able to describe everything. Like they said, like going down into the Augusta National wine cellar, and all the bottles, all the members can buy like at cost, and you see the cost of them. And it's like, oh, if this was at a regular restaurant, this would be like a $1,500 bottle of wine. And here it's like 200, which I mean is still extremely expensive. But, for people being able to understand like what goes into not just like the Masters week, but just Augusta National as a whole. Just a very exclusive club, an amazing course, but you're able to really see behind like how much preparation really goes in to this event, and why they call it like a tradition unlike any other, because it really is like preparation time, closing down the course for how long they close it down, being able to get ready for not just like the entire week, but like having not this year. Well, they didn't have the par 3 challenge this year, but like having the par 3 contest, having 4 rounds of golf, like being able to build everything around it, and just going into it and thinking like how much history is there, how much, amazing wins from Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Nick Faldo, Tom Watson, like all these different guys, and the heartbreaks too. You think about it and it's just like some of the best golfers in history. Like Colin Montgomery never won a Masters. People always said like Sergio Garcia would never win a major until he broke through in 2017. Like you have all these amazing events, like Phil, Phil when he won his first Masters with his man boobs flying up into the air for 6 inches. Like, you have all these incredible stories for these incredible golfers, and it just goes to show like why, many people in America like think of it as, like you guys said, the creme de la creme, like the most premier tournament. Obviously that's up for debate in other areas, but like for this right now, being able to watch people get ready to try and go win a green jacket, and having fans there too, so not like the one in November, like being able to see the fans there, being able to see people getting ready for it, it's absolutely unbelievable. And I'm so happy that they were able to do it this time with the fans there too, because it was a little weird in November. I think we can all agree there.
Oh yeah, and it was weird looking at the either 12 and 13 where the azaleas are supposed to be, and it was weird looking at it in November. But I'm glad that I was watching live from the Masters all day today, and it was good to see those azaleas back. And one thing I do not want to gloss over is the coolest part, in my opinion, of that whole documentary was covering the Champions Dinner. because it's got to be one of the most exclusive dinners. I mean, at least in sports. I mean, you cannot go to this dinner unless you have a green jacket, unless you've won the Masters. And they showed like a little like, 360 view of everyone there. And you got Tiger there, you got Freddie Couples behind him. And this is, last year's in the fall, but they showed, people you didn't even think about, like Jordan's there, he hasn't won in years up until last week. He's there, Sergio's there. And just remember, oh yeah, that's right, Bernhard Langer, he's there. It's like a celebrity.
Two-time winner.
Two-time winner.
Your life changes when you win this tournament. Like, it just changes. I know your life changes when you host the Claret Jug and win the PGA, but like, this is just different, and that Champions Dinner is so cool. You see pictures and you see photographs and videos of that food, and you're like, get in my belly.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, just very well done. And yeah, imagine being in that room, man. I mean, there's guys right here that are coming in this week, I should say, and they're just itching to get that Masters win, whether it's young guys, old guys that have been around for a while. We got a great list of players and people all ages that are just trying to get wins, and people that have been playing well lately that are trying to get wins. Lee Westwood, I want to give you a shout out. I know you said Sergio Garcia, like that's another name. I'm just so happy he got one. But yeah, just exciting.
Ready to hear a name? Ian Woosnam. Bet you never heard of him, right? Welsh golfer. He won the night. Ian Woosnam.
Yeah.
He won the 1991 Masters tournament, and he has won 2 career PGA Tour events, 29 on the European Tour. Obviously, like, he's done very well on the European Tour, but on the US PGA Tour, he's won 2 events, and one of them was the Masters, and he plays in it every single year. And he goes to that dinner, and it's like him, and you get other guys like Danny Willett.
I was gonna say him.
Danny Willett out of nowhere. I mean, and then you got the guys who are like very well known, like Bubba Watson, and there are other, but like Jose Maria Olazabal, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's guys like that too, like out of nowhere, just winners that, like, you look at it and you're just like, wait a minute, you won at Augusta National? Like, really? Like, you won this event?
Like Charles Schwartzel? Are you
Schwartzel,
there?
I was thinking Schwartzel. Yeah. I mean,
Trevor Immelman.
Yep.
We will never talk bad about El Pato, Angel Cabrera, but he won it one year. Like,
rest in peace.
I don't think he's dead, dude.
No, not dead, but he's in some major shit.
His career is dead.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
But Woosnam was a Ryder Cup captain. I thought he was a Ryder Cup captain. I looked it up. 2006, I believe. I mean, he's a good golfer. Don't slight Ian.
Oh, I'm not gonna say, but your normal American golfer, your normal American golf fan does not know a 5'4" Welshman named Ian Woosnam. You know what I mean? Like, it just until you say like he won the Masters, and then they're like, oh, okay. Like Freddie Boom Boom Couples. He's
lights out. He's lights out.
There's no one better than Boom Boom, but his only major championship is the Masters. So you know what I mean? Like, people think about it, and they were probably thinking the same thing about Fred Couples as they think now about Colin Montgomery. It's just like, when is he going to break through? Well, Boom Boom broke through in 1992, baby. Let's go. But
I mean, it's the only tournament where you know where it's going to be played and you know when it's going to be played every year, and it's obviously a major. So these guys just get so in tuned and so just obsessed with the golf course, and they just master getting around it. And Freddie, I mean, that's crazy to think that his only major win is a Masters, because he's such a good golfer. And yeah, but that's nuts.
Gotta love Boom Boom. There's my mother's favorite golfer of all time is Freddie Boom Boom Couples, because he was a ladies' man back in the day.
He's got the softest hands in the league, baby.
Softest hands in the league. And he got called Boom Boom because he could hit the ball a country mile, which was not well done, people didn't do that back in the day. So you got all these amazing players, Larry Mize, who won one, and you got guys like Greg Norman, who were always, you know what I mean? Like in the race, an amazing golfer, but just never broke through at the Masters. So it's just like, what would it be like if Greg Norman could go to that Champions Dinner too? Which kind of brings me into my next point about the Champions Dinner, because the biggest thing is that, you saw Tiger Woods, he did like a good California boy would do, and he had sushi rolls and all that stuff. And you saw like Patrick Reed a couple of years ago, he had like cheeseburgers. So it's just like, what would your guys' Champions Dinner look like at Augusta National?
Ooh.
New England clam chowder on the side.
With or without the Tabasco sauce?
Tabasco sauce on the side.
Well done. Okay, good job. You can
You
put
say
it in
clam
yourself.
cakes too? Did you say clam cakes? You said clam cakes, right?
Ooh, yeah, you got to add the clam
Oh,
cake.
that is by far and away the most Rhode Island thing of all time, and I love it.
And then my mind went lobster too. I saw those lobster balls. I think they were this year's edition of some deluxe, some elegant dish that must have tasted magnificent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that DJ went I don't totally have it. Okay, I got it now. Sorry, I'm gonna read through it, but I think he went very South Carolina, which makes sense since he's from there. Oh,
they're like corn fritters, right?
His starters are basically the starters that I would want. So I'm not a lobster guy, but lobster and corn fritters sound amazing. Oh. Other appetizer, pigs in a blanket.
Ooh,
I would go pigs in a blanket.
There was some kielbasa too. There was some kielbasa. It was wrapped in something.
Was that the pigs in a blanket, or was like a kielbasa?
Yeah, I think it was the kielbasa pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
So then he had filet mignon for the dessert is the most Southern thing of all time, and I love it. Peach cobbler and apple pie, and well, everyone loves apple pie, but apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
Oh, that's comforting. Oh, that is just absolutely just resting in my stomach, ready to go to bed and then wake up and have a round at the Masters. DJ, nice work. I like that.
Oh,
hey, did
man.
I was watching an interview with Jack Nicklaus today. Did you know that the winner has to foot the bill for this food?
Good.
I had no
know that.
That's why Tiger was like, I'm very sad that I can't drink a ton of wine tonight to make DJ pay for it.
I did not know
it's
that.
all at cost, because like Augusta's weird in that they're like, they don't charge, like it's all like the prices that Augusta is charging, and Augusta doesn't charge prices. You know what I mean? Like they don't, like it's kind of crazy, which is great. I mean, I would love it, but yeah, it's cool.
It's all TV money.
I was going to say, Tim, that peach cobbler going down must taste magnificent. But how many guys you think taste that peach cobbler twice coming up to and get a little nervous Thursday morning or Thursday before they're around and taste that peach cobbler a second time coming up?
Well, very lucky for us, it's Tuesday night, the dinner. But yeah, Wednesday morning, it could definitely come up hard. Oh my God, they're getting ready for the part 3 contest normally. Just peach cobbler and red wine. No thanks.
The nerves are working, so the body is not even worried about digesting. That peach cobbler's sitting there for a while. All that nerves is, all the nervous system is working extra hard when the digestive system is just taking a nap.
Just get the Advil ready. That's all I gotta say. Just get the Advil, get some Tums, just go for it. But pretty great. I wish one day we were all sitting there, but Lord knows that's unfortunately not going to happen for us. But hey, you never know. Maybe our kids will be there one day. One of the really cool things that was also brought up in the documentary that's actually happening this year is obviously with Arnold Palmer passing away a couple years back, they've kind of been doing a third person with Gary Player and Jack Nicklaus, and they've been introducing kind of an honorary third member to kick off the Masters every year, like Arnold, Gary, and Jack Nicklaus started doing in the late 90s and early 2000s. I think that's when they started doing that tradition. And this year it's going to be Lee Elder. So Lee Elder was the first African American golfer to ever play in the Masters back in the 70s. Unfortunately, he never won the Masters, but he won about 6 times on the PGA Tour. He won a ton on the Champions Tour. I think he won over 10 events on the Champions Tour. And, Augusta National has done a really good job, I think, in trying to grow the game, especially in their area. Augusta National provided 100% of the funding to start a women's golf, college women's golf program at Payne College, which is right down the road from Augusta National, in honor of Lee Elder. So being able to kind of see all of these different events, and you saw the interviews with not only Lee, but also with Tiger and with Cameron Champ at the 2020 Masters, and being able to talk to Lee Elder, being able to say how much like he was an influence on their lives, because they said they had never seen a black golfer at the Masters. And all of a sudden Tiger said, because of what Lee Elder did, I could have seen myself playing there. And my dad drilled it into my mind that I could play at the Masters just like he could. So pretty cool story. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
I mean,
So cool.
Just long overdue. I mean, obviously they couldn't have picked a better person. I mean, I'm a baseball guy. He is the equivalent. He's the Jackie Robinson of golf, for Augusta National Golf Club. He really just paved the way. And, without Lee Elder, who knows how long it would have taken, who knows whether Tiger or, Tony Finau or Cameron Champ, and it would be playing at Augusta right now. And obviously they have a terrible history. As far as, everyone knows their history and as to what it meant to be a member at Augusta National. But it's good that they're taking steps to correct that. And they realize that what they have done is, not the times of today, and long overdue. Great step. Can't wait to see Lee Elder on there. He's going to be a real treat to watch.
Tim, yeah, you nailed it, man. I mean, well said. And obviously, Arnie passing is just devastating, and he was such a great icon for the game and so likable. But who better to fill his shoes? And just really excited to see these 3 guys go out there tomorrow and hit it around, and really just try and have some fun with it. It's a great story.
Absolutely. And I just think, kind of going into this year for 2021, after everything that happened last year, and just trying to kind of put it together, and we try and keep, politics out of sports as much as possible. But for here, it's just one of those things where it's just like long overdue statement, and it definitely needed to be done. And I'm so happy that Elder decided to accept it, because there are stories from back in the day when it's, he just was not treated well while playing at the, like, not by other golfers, but fans, just like not treated the best. Getting death threats just for accepting an invitation to play there, and so for Augusta National to finally realize how much he meant, not only to other African American players at that time, but future players, and also the golf world in general, and finally showing their gratitude for it. I'm so happy that that's happening, and I'm so happy that he's going to be up there on hole 1 tomorrow morning, 6:30, I think 6:45, being able to hit there with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. It's going to be a great sight to see. And so kind of going into, sorry, bud, didn't mean to.
Hopefully this trend continues, and we continue to see this as the Masters continue to improve their identity and their integrity, and just the right thing to do. And hopefully it spreads to just courses and cities and towns and places throughout. And I mean, golf is such a great game, and people, you read stories about just places that can't put together a golf course, and people that can't string together clubs, and it should be a game that's accessible to everybody, and we need to do a better job at making that happen.
Absolutely. You even heard him in his interview. He said, I wanted to show the kids that kids that grew up where I grew up in the rough parts of Dallas, Texas. He said, in the ghetto of Dallas, Texas, we're not going to use those words anymore, but he said he wanted people who grew up in his community to see someone succeed there, and being able to see that and being able to see what he's done for the game and how Augusta National and the Masters is paying it back and hopefully paying it forward as well is really great to see.
Yep. Every sinner has a past, and every saint has a future, something like that, or every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. And not entirely sure how that saying works there, but
Love
but
it,
definitely, but can
I
definitely.
hope it's the second part, because sinners having futures would definitely help.
Yes. And so, yes, they had a bad past, but if we chastise me on my past, I definitely wouldn't come up not guilty, and so, it's good to see that they're just improving on what their past would be, or what their past, they're putting the past behind us and, improving upon it. That's it.
Absolutely. No, I 100% agree. And, kind of switching topics a little bit, but just kind of want to talk about the course itself and like Augusta National. There's probably, especially on the back nine, I would say there's probably 3 distinct true areas. So you got Amen Corner, which is 11, 12, the second part of 11, hole 12 and 13. I would say you probably would then loop in like 15 and 16 together, which is the reachable par 5, followed up by that brutal par 3 over the water, where everyone tries to get a hole in one and most of the time they just miss and go into the water. And finally you have Holly, which is the last hole, which is probably one of, if not the most picturesque 18th drives to close out a tournament, I think, on the PGA Tour, and I think in golf right now, because you have that very little window that you got to go right through and make sure that you get it through there, or else it's going to hit some trees and you are not going to be having a good time. So I know everyone's answer is probably going to be Amen Corner, but I want to hear kind of, for this part of the course, like where's probably your guys' favorite area. If you guys have other holes that you want to talk about too, like, we definitely want to open it up and just see and just get something a little bit where we can talk about a little bit more about the holes themselves too.
For sure. Yeah, I got a good one that I really enjoy. It's the second hole. It's Pink Dogwood, par 5, 575. And you see guys albatross out from the fairway, like obviously
Louis
very
stays
rarely.
in.
But Louis stays in, and it's so cool. I think it's Thursday's pin play tonight. Don't quote me, but they tuck it behind the pin on behind the bunker on the right, and you send a 3-iron, or some of these guys might be hitting a friggin' 7-iron in there. If they bomb it down there, it trickles down. It's kind of a sloped fairway from back to front, and you got the sand bunker on the right. If you kind of block it right as a righty, you're kind of screwed. You're in a pretty deep bunker, and you just kind of chip up right before the green, and then you get on in 3. But I love that second shot into the Pink Dogwood. It starts off your round. It really kind of gets guys in the groove, and if guys make eagle there, birdie's common, but if guys make eagle there, it's just a round starter, and it's right on the second, and it's a cool little hole.
You're absolutely right with Pink Dogwood. You get through the first hole and you can take a deep breath, and then you can have some fun. I absolutely agree. And they said that's one of the best views on the course. I was watching, someone walking around the Masters, and it was Jeff Shackelford actually, and he was walking around Augusta National, and he took us to the top, right to the crest of the top of Pink Dogwood, where you can look down onto the green and you can see like 3 or 4 different holes. He said that was the best perspective to get a real grasp at how busy it is, and just the buzz that of people walking everywhere. And he said it's one of the first places you should go if you're ever there. And so good call, Mike. I like that you talked about Pink Dogwood. That's a good call.
Absolutely.
Brendan,
I know you got a few.
Oh my God. When I saw that this was a topic, I'm a golf course guy. I'll talk about the golf course all day. I love this. And so obviously Amen Corner is cool, 11, 12, 13, the azaleas, the great, swirling winds on 12, the tough hole, the 511 yard par for 11th hole, it's great. And it really makes the middle of the back nine great. So you're not just watching just the ending holes. You're not just excited for the ending holes. It really, as soon as they tee off on 10, you're like, all right, Amen Corner is right around the corner. Here we go. And so anyway, my favorite hole, because the competitor in me, the guy who wants a romantic, electric finish is Firethorn, number 15. I love that par 5. It is the last chance for a real eagle. It is the last chance. I mean, it's shorter than the 11th hole. It's like 505 yards, something like that, which is wild. And to have you pop it up on top of the hill, and you can either go for, everyone's going for it. If you're in contention at the Masters, you're going for it. And it's such a small landing area. You got to get it over the water. If you land it just short, then it's rolling back into the water. If you hit it far, you better hope that the rough has not been cut that day, because it's going in the water on 16. And I mean, that is my favorite hole, when someone's like 2 shots behind them, like, it's okay, they still got 15. And it's my favorite hole to watch on Augusta for sure.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that like 15 is one of my favorites, because it is white dogwood, which is 11, is 505 yard par 4, which is crazy. And Firethorn is 530 yards. So think about that. So you're probably putting your drive in a so say, you hit it 300, 310. Like, that's a very reachable par 5. You see all those guys trying to reach it right there. I personally, I love the 18th hole, because it is, and it's not a hard hole. It's really not that hard of a hole, but being able to watch them just hit the drive through the pines, and like being able, I just think it's unbelievable. Like, I think that is the best like picture every year that you get from golf, like with everyone standing around. Like, I know last year that wasn't the same, but I love hole 18, and I do like 15-16 combo, because it is really like your last chance for glory, because 17 is probably the hardest hole out of all of out of 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, Holly's longer, but like when you get to the 18th, like there is a humongous fairway. Like when you get through the trees, there is an enormous fairway that you can hit. So I do think like the last 4 holes are probably like my favorite area. Obviously, Amen Corner, like you got to go there. Great pick by Mike with Pink Dogwood, because that is being able to sit on top of the second hole and just watching those guys just bomb it right down the middle, and try and hit the green, which is in the valley itself. So it's a very even though it's 575 yards, like you can take 20, 30 yards off that second shot, because it's so I call it de-elevated, even though that's completely wrong word for it. But because it's in the valley, you can hit it like, a 210, 205 shot. If you get it to, if you're 230 yards away, you could probably hit a much easier shot than you normally would.
Oh, yeah, true. I was going to say, can we get some love for the front, fellas? I mean, number 9, Carolina Cherry, that's a fun ending hole to a tough first 9. I mean, I don't know if you guys can recall, but if it again kind of resembles Pink Dogwood, where you're teeing off from above, you're gonna drive it, but if you drive it too far, you gotta hit your second. It's up a hill, and there's 2 bunkers guarding it on the left, and it's a tough.
You better be on that. You better be on that bottom tier of the green.
Yeah,
because it's that. Yeah. Because that's the one where it's like it's severe.
Right.
If you're not on that bottom tier, if the hole is down there, then you cannot put it from there. It's still stay on the green.
Oh yeah. I remember. This whole this is hole 9 does not have a good green. It is not a kind green, to say the least.
The par 3s on the front. I mean, those daunting. Yeah. Number 4 and number 6, I believe.
Crab apple. 240 yards. I'd be taking driver. Like I would probably be, I'd be taking my 3-wood most likely. But Number
Driver.
4, Flowering Crab Apple. 240 yards. I'd be hitting 3-wood, and I would need all of my 3-wood to get there.
And you
Boy.
want to make par and get out of there real quick.
Right.
They say number 4 and number 5 are the ones that people are daunting. It was I believe it was Gary Player who said number 5, which we didn't talk about, he said it was that hole that really got into his face and really was in his head when he was playing. It's a par 4. It's like 411 yards or something like
495.
that.
Yeah, it's a long
495.
par 4. It is a long.
Magnolia.
It's a longer par 4.
And it does protected by 2 bunkers right in the front, and they just want to make 4 and get the hell out of there. And
seriously,
go to the easier par 3, which is no cakewalk either.
At that point for Magnolia, you just aim for the bunker and hope you get a good lie. Like, honest, aim for the bunker, hope you get a good lie and can put it within like 3 feet.
Hey, on Masters.com, this hole, Magnolia, number 5, inspired by the legendary road hole at the old course at St. Andrews. Bobby Jones initially disapproved of the fairway bunkers.
Oh, Bobby. Yeah, there is. He did design it, co-design it with Alistair McKenzie, I think his name was, who was very famous. I hope I'm getting the McKenzie part right. I do know his first name is Alistair. But he did co-design it with Alistair McKenzie, who is a very, very famous
course architect.
Yes.
You're right, 100%.
Yep. Very famous course architect.
I thought that was his only one.
McKenzie?
Was it Alistair McKenzie's only one or Bobby Jones's only one?
No, Bobby Jones did a lot too.
I could be wrong. Oh no, you know what no, I stand corrected. That's disregard that. I'm thinking of Pine Valley's architect. Yeah, that was his only one. Alistair McKenzie. Yep. All right.
So, no problem, man. But yeah. So being able to kind of use that, and I'm not surprised that I could see Bobby Jones being like, "No, we're not doing this. Like, we are absolutely not having those British hot bunkers in the middle of my hole. I want this beautiful." And then Alistair McKenzie's like, "Nope, it's going in." Oh man, that's hilarious. But I mean, one of the things I will say is that obviously they, I think it was back in 2009, they tigerized the course because they made it from 6,900 yards to 7,400 yards, what it is now. And even now, the course record was set last year. The tournament record was set last year by Dustin Johnson.
That's right.
20 under par. And Cameron Smith, who came in second, which was 15 under par, I think he would have won all but 4 Masters. Think about that. Like, how crazy is that? So they push the tees so far back because everyone's making crazy scores. They're like, oh, this will make it harder. And just like, nope, not at all, actually. The guys below are going to hit it even farther and even more and stick the green even more. So going into what DJ was able to do in November last year, and I don't know if it was because it was November and the course was, not, it was in fantastic, amazing shape, but it might not have been in the normal April shape that we see. But my God, did he tear that thing up last year? Oh my goodness.
Oh, that power fade, baby. Ooh.
It's scary. It's scary. If he wasn't so darn expensive in daily fantasy this week, I probably would have taken him because I would have been like, he just won here 6 months ago. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But being able to kind of see what DJ was able to do to that course last year, and then Cameron Smith having a great game, having a great 4 rounds too. Being able to come back, being able to get that second place. Like, it was unbelievable being able to watch that November Masters. I really enjoyed it. But DJ was able to set that record. Our boy, the great one, Tiger, still holds the margin and that is 12 strokes, set in 1997.
His first Masters.
Think about that. That was his first Masters win. And, I think some people thought Jordan Spieth was going to come close. He won by 4 strokes. DJ, I honestly thought DJ was going to run away with it last year, but he ended up falling back a little. I mean, he didn't fall back, but people caught up to him too. It's just one of those things where this tournament is almost always very close. It's usually within 1 to 3 strokes, but sometimes you just get a player like Tiger Woods coming out, or you get a guy like DJ coming out last year. I mean, you look at from 2019, Tiger won by 1 stroke. 2018, Patrick Reed 1 stroke. 2017, Sergio playoff.
Oh, that was a good one.
2016, Danny Willett 3 strokes. Danny Willett.
When was that Bubba Watson?
Bubba Watson. Bubba Watson's playoff was his first win in 2012. And then Adam Scott won it the next year in 2013 in a playoff over. The 2012 Masters, I'll never forget because Louis Oosthuizen put in that double eagle, dunked that albatross on the second hole. So good call on the second hole again, Michael. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to give Tiger his respect here too. I don't want to skip over that name. I know you had him on here, and I know you've been talking about him. So let's just give him a little bit more airtime. I mean, I don't know if I've ever felt like I've always really, really missed Tiger in the Masters and really, really missed Tiger in major events. And it's something that really gets me upset when he's not in there. I mean, I haven't felt that this go around. I'm amped for the Masters, but to me, it's just like Tiger's not there. Like I never anticipated him to be there. It's obviously been in the news that he's been away and had a terrible accident for quite some time now. So I've kind of been able to prepare myself. But I mean, I'm just so excited about this field that we have, and it's a capturing field, and there's so many storylines, and I'm upbeat about the fact that I'm not dreading Tiger not being at this event. Like, obviously we miss him. Obviously we want him to play, but usually it gets me to the point where like I don't even watch like the Thursday, Friday. Like I don't even really care if Tiger's not in the Masters. I care. I don't care to the point where I just won't watch it. Obviously I'll watch it Saturday, Sunday, but I'm really excited for this field, and we miss Tiger, and we know he's going to be following. But it's an exciting time in golf.
I didn't realize that's how I felt, but you just made me realize how I felt. That is you hit the nail on the head. I mean, you're right. Like other years, you'd be like, oh, something's missing here, but Tiger's won again. He's just recovering. There's a reason that he's out, and we're just glad that he's okay, rather than why the hell isn't he at this golf course right now? And I
think you're right there that he won again too. That I didn't even think about that. Like he won again. So I mean, what more is there? Obviously, I want him to break Jack, but
we're not yearning for it anymore. We're not. We've had that because all the people that how many years did he have since his last win? I mean, he obviously had a couple, but his last major versus his major in 19.
That was 11. It was 11 years, right?
11 years.
Because he won 2008 the U.S. Open, but between Masters it was 2005 to 2019.
Wow.
We've never seen
that. That's Jack Nicklaus range right there, because Jack Nicklaus won his 6th in 1986, and before that, his last win came in 1975. So literally 11 years, just like Tiger, but he did it different in the U.S. Open versus Masters. But yeah, I mean, Tiger had not won since 2005.
Oh,
over Chris DeMarco, by the way, in 2005. I don't even know what he's doing anymore.
He's not at the Champions Dinner, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Sure isn't. But yeah, so I do think some of the other, I think, we knew Tiger wasn't going to be, it's super sad. Like, I wish he was there too. But then you look back and you see, like, Brooks Koepka made it back. I think that's a huge draw. I think that's another reason why people are like, okay, not like that, it makes up for Tiger not being there, but it's just like, okay, Brooks Koepka is playing, like, this is a huge name. John Rahm originally was not supposed to play because his son was supposed to be born this week, and he actually was born last week. So that's a huge name in it. But we also do have like some pretty big names and some pretty interesting stories that didn't make it. I mean, I think we all know the first person that we're going to say, and it's really sad.
He likes to wear orange.
He loves to wear orange. His nickname is BDR, Mr. Ricky Fowler. You know what would have been the absolute worst thing too? I was thinking about it. What if ESPN like had him do commentary during the week on like Thursday and Friday?
I think those are optional obligations. I don't think ESPN can make him.
No, but how funny would that have been?
Yeah, that would have been.
If I see any
torture.
If I see any Grant Thornton ads during the Masters, I'm gonna like write a letter to ESPN being like, you guys know that Ricky was not in this tournament, correct? He did not qualify.
Oh my God, he would have had to. Go ahead, Mike.
No, you.
Ricky would have to be a real good sport to that, which I'm sure he's a good sport, because say he's like commentating from in back of the 12th tee box, people would be yelling at him or, waving to him as his, Jordan Spieth would bust his chops. And I'm sure he'd be a good sport, but he wouldn't hear the end of it.
Oh, no, absolutely not. It would have been hilarious though. And like, I think there's some other big names that also didn't make it. I mean, we just saw Joel Damon, who won his first event a couple weeks back at the Corrales. Like the emotion when he won, I was like, oh my God. And him always talking about like how much he wants to play in the Masters. And, there's a lot of guys like that where Max Homa, like he won the Genesis, so he got in. But, Joel Damon won the Corrales, which was an alternate event, so he didn't get into the turn. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of weird rules like that. And then we have a Duffin Up fan favorite. Maybe just a Duffin Up favorite. He might just be, or either, he might be up there. We have Charlie Hoffman, who looks like a thumb, but Charlie Hoffman did not make it. And it is literally, I think that's one of the saddest things because he had to win last week in order to get in. And again finished in second place at the Texas Open.
Chuck Hoffman.
The dude can't stop finishing in second place at the Texas Open.
No, he gets hot around Masters time every single year. I mean, you've seen the last, I mean, I don't know, not in 2020, but in 2019, 2018, and a couple years before that, he's always in contention the first couple days, and then he kind of fades away, but he's always, 1-2, and I would have picked him, I know he would have made the cut this week, but he always gets hot around Masters time, and it's unfortunate he didn't get into the Masters because he's always wearing those green hats come Masters Day. But sorry, Chuck, we were rooting for you, but I was kind of glad that Jordan won instead. No offense.
He didn't actually get into any of the majors in 2020, which I'm surprised at because Charlie Hoffman's like a pretty damn good player. But yep, he's always, 2015 to 2019, T9, T29, T22, T12, T29. He's never missed a cut at the Masters. He's played in 6 Masters. He's made 6 cuts. So, I think he'll be missed out there. I really like Charlie Hoffman. I think he's a really good guy. I think it was the 2019 Texas Open when he and his caddy was like begging him to lay up on the 18th hole after Corey Connors made that shot and got onto the green in 2. Charlie Hoffman just looked at his caddy. He was like, dude, I'm trying to win a golf tournament. Like I'm going for it.
Tin cup.
That's right.
Reminds me of Tin Cup.
Yes.
Exactly. Literally
Favorite
just,
golf movie.
oh yeah. Exactly. Like, oh, better than the greatest game ever played. We can have a conversation about this during the
Tin
off
Cup
season.
was my favorite.
This is an off-season conversation. This is an off-season conversation. We're gonna hold this.
Oh,
this is right around Sanderson Farms Championship time when we'll bring this back up. Okay, so put a pin in it. We'll bring it back in November.
that makes my loins. Go ahead.
So no offense to the Sanderson Farms Championship. We're big fans of yours, but yeah.
Oh shit. Oh,
Kevin
man.
Costner, Rene Russo, Tin Cup. Go watch it.
Unbelievable film. Anyways, put a pin in it back in November. But yeah, I do think, I mean, it does kind of stink that like a guy like Joel Damon, who just had his first career win, who's always said like his goal is to play the Masters, and like because it was an alternate event, like he didn't get in the tournament. I'm like, that kind of stinks. That's a little fishy. But I think he does qualify for it next year, which is cool, which is great. And then Charlie Hoffman, like 4 top 10s this year, second place last week. Like, come on, man. Let's chuck in. So that's kind of, a little unfortunate, but did come in second place.
Mm.
You know who came in first place?
Yeah, that's right.
Jordan Spieth. And
Jordan, what's his middle name? What's his middle
I-
name? Like,
This is a great question. We're going to go to the old Google machine real quick. What is Jordan Spieth's middle name? Watch it be like something crazy. Oh, no, it's Alexander.
oh, all right.
Jordan, Alec. I thought it was going to be like his mom's maiden name. Like that would have been weird. Or not weird, but that would have been pretty normal, but like something crazy. Like Jordan Vidalia Spieth. Like that would have been really funny.
Vidalia.
Jordan Longhorn Spieth. That would have been really funny.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too. When Jordan Spieth gets hot, Jordan Spieth gets hot. And when does Jordan Spieth get hot? Usually right around major championship time. So I am excited. I am so happy. And again, going back to what Mike said, like the fact that like Tiger is not as missed as I think he usually would be. I think one of the reasons is because we've been watching Jordan Spieth become Jordan Spieth again. Like having all these top 10s this year and top 5s this year, just winning again last week. Like, just like we talked about it on our first podcast, is Jordan Spieth back? Like Jordan Spieth's back, guys. I'm excited.
He's my pick. I mean, he is totally my pick to win this week, and I know it's probably the most common, and I think everybody that gambles, I think there's a lot of money on Jordan Spieth this week, but obviously he's got to go out and prove it, and it's an exciting time, but we'll see. We'll see.
Brendan, you said a big draw for you was Brooks Koepka, and Mike, you were saying that there's some big names that that fill in the spot for Tiger, and that we're not hurting as much because Tiger's not in there. So you said Brooks Koepka was a big draw for you. I like that Jordan's back, and I like that Rory he's always trying for the 6th time to get that Grand Slam. So I have a draw question for you. It is Jordan Spieth. All right. So do you want Jordan Spieth to win this week, or would you rather have Rory McIlroy win this week? And so let me tell you my romance of like just great stories for the year. I want Rory to win this week, get the Grand Slam. I want Jordan to win at the PGA, get the Grand Slam. We got a rival. We're going into this. We have Jordan versus Rory. Here we go. America versus Great Britain. Here we go.
I was gonna say, fuck you, Tim. I mean, you really got to make me choose between those two guys. I literally was talking to my dad today about the Masters and who do I want, and Rory and Spieth are my two guys that I'm pulling for, and I mean that makes too much sense right there. How can I just go against your logic right there, Tim? I mean, nail on the head. Rory, get him the Grand Slam. He's such a great figure for the game of golf, and he does it the right way, and he's done nothing but be an ambassador for the game, and he deserves it. I know he hasn't put one in the hole on that final day and put on that green jacket, but that time will come, and let's make it this week. But I have Spieth. I really think Spieth is more finely tuned right now and more ready. I haven't seen Rory put the emphasis on winning, and he just hasn't come in clutch lately.
Jordan Spieth. The answer is Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth. We need Jordan Spieth to be back, because like it is so amazing to watch him when he's on. Like it's watching Dustin Johnson when he's on, but it's just it's a completely different game where when Dustin Johnson's on, he's hitting the ball 365 yards down the middle of the fairway and making it look easy. When Jordan Spieth is on, it's every single part of his game. He's driving the ball, 350, 310, 315, which he usually doesn't do. He's usually right around 290, 300. He's ball striking. His ball striking is on point right now. He is hitting the greens. He is making it stick. And his putting is back to when he was hitting that silly little Wilson putter that he just kept getting elongated before Titleist came in and gave him millions of dollars to play Scotty Cameron. Like he is back. I am so happy for it. I want to see him continue to win because when Jordan Spieth wins, he wins in spurts. He'll win 2 or 3 tournaments within a 1-month span, and then he'll go back and just keep playing well. But I need Jordan Spieth to win this week at the Masters. Please, God, just let it go. Let it keep going, baby.
Tim,
that's all I care about.
Are you surprised there by Brendan?
I am, but I get it because I didn't know how much I needed Jordan Spieth until he really started getting back into the swing of things, and we need Jordan Spieth.
No,
I mean, all right, let me ask you, what's your favorite Jordan Spieth moment, Brendan? I know mine. I can remember the absolute moment. Mike, do you know your favorite Jordan Spieth moment?
My favorite Jordan Spieth moment is Dustin Johnson missing a 3-foot putt to force a playoff and Jordan Spieth winning the U.S. Open.
Is it the Travelers, Tim, where you and Michael Greller just embrace?
That's an unbelievable. That is probably like the best Jordan Spieth moment. Or him winning the John Deere. Like that was unbelievable. In order to get into the U.S., I think he did not qualify for the U.S. Open that year, and because he won the John Deere the week before, he got into the U.S. Open. I do think. That John Deere, yeah, that's got to be it. I mean, him winning the Masters is an unbelievable. Him winning his Masters. I don't feel as bad anymore saying like DJ missing that putt because he went and then destroyed Oakmont the next year, so it's okay. But yeah, like I would say him winning the John Deere Classic for his first PGA wins probably an amazing moment, and then Travelers, Masters. I just like it when Jordan Spieth is back to playing the golf that he was when he was 21.
Let me ask you this, and I think I know the answer. Say tomorrow starts the U.S. Open, and Spieth is playing this well, and Mickelson's in the field. Are you pulling for Spieth to get a dub, or are you pulling for Mickelson to make his 4-bitter?
We all know the answer to that.
But you just don't have that affiliation with Rory.
I do like Rory, but I always thought of Rory as just Tiger Jr. And like I was not a huge I am a big Tiger fan, but I was not a Tiger fanboy growing up. So like when Rory came in and all of a sudden he started getting the Nike stuff and like he started playing the terrible Nike golf gear. Like, oh my God, what were they ever thinking making equipment?
Dude, I would buy that shit. I love Nike, and I was the same way. I can't disagree with you. I was the same way. And when he came and threw on the Nike shit, I was like, get off Tiger's trail. Get a new line of equipment, of apparel. But he's growing on me. Let's just say that.
Well, it was better than that first sponsor he had. It was like Jeremiah Hotels or whatever.
Jamira.
Jamira, yeah. Oh, that was gross. And he had his awkward hair and everything like that.
Well, he was like 17 at the time.
That's true.
And he won the Dubai Championship and won like $1.5 million as a 17-year-old. I'm like, I'm in.
Like it looked like he still put down a case a day when he was 17. He probably did, being from across the pond.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say. I just thought that like I was never a big Nike guy. I actually don't like Nike apparel, like Nike golf apparel at all. Like Team Adidas, 100% Team Adidas. But when Tiger started playing Nike stuff, like that's when he kind of started going downhill too. Like, I mean, obviously everything else happened, but I was just never a big like Nike golf guy at all. And Rory comes in and all of a sudden they're just like, oh, Rory, like they just tried to make Rory like Tiger 2.0, and I'm like, it's not working, guys. Like, it's just not working. Like, Rory's got to be his own guy. And I think they kind of corrected that with Spieth. Like, they didn't make Spieth into like Tiger 3.0. They were just like, it's Jordan Spieth. But I don't know. I like Rory a lot more now than I did, but I like Jordan Spieth better. Sorry.
Can you tell me that? I mean, there might not be a better interviewer than Rory McIlroy. I mean, he tells you exactly how it is in the most professional, just the way he has, around a microphone. It's honest. It's nice. He's humble.
He doesn't dance around questions either. He doesn't dance around shit.
No, exactly. He'll tell you how it is, and in a nice way, articulate way, and unlike myself. But yeah, and then and it is a joy to watch. And how can you not like him? How can you not cheer for him? Just like Jordan Spieth, how can you not cheer for him? Because when he's on the microphone, he's saying "we" for him and his caddy. I love that he says "we."
Yeah,
man, you get me going, man. You guys, we're jiving here. This is exciting. it's a matter of time before the first ball is fucking bombed off that first fairway. And
oh yes. I'm excited. And I think we all know that no matter what, or no matter who wins this week between Jordan, Rory, or whoever else, I think we all know that we all want Tony Finau to go and win the Puerto Rico Open again. So Tony Finau, you're on notice. Back to the Puerto Rico Open you go.
I wouldn't mind Tony catching it.
I would love Tony Finau to win something. Something, but
I mean, if Rory isn't going to win it, if Spieth isn't going to win it, I mean, why not Finau?
You love Tony Finau. I love Tony Finau. I feel like everyone loves Tony Finau, though. Tony Finau, Tommy Fleetwood, these are guys that, like, I feel like, obviously I couldn't root for Tommy Fleetwood over Shane Lowry when the British Open was in Ireland and in Northern Ireland, and Lowry was just going away with it. But I was like, man, like Tommy Fleetwood's another guy who wears Nike too. Like, I don't know why I like the guys who wear Nike, but Tommy Fleetwood was a guy that I was a big fan of, and still am a big fan of. So I'd love to see him get a good shot this week too. Oh man, speaking of winners and losers and events and fantasy, even though I just put that fantasy in right there, it is time for our daily fantasy picks, brought to you by no one. If you want to have us be brought to you, sponsor us. And by sponsor, I mean just let us play free weekly. That's all that matters to us. So we have 3 different lineups from 3 different people. Some of us may have put 2 lineups in this week, but we will only share one lineup. Everyone knows the rules on the podcast. Other lineups you can still have, but one lineup, everyone knows the rules. So last week, Michael, did you go? You went last, correct?
You went first, I believe, right?
I think I went first. Michael, you went last, and Tim, you went second, right?
Correct.
So Mikey, it's your first. It's your turn to go first for this week.
I can do that. Let's go. So, I mean, I think you already guessed my top dog, Jordan Spieth, winner of the Valero Texas Open last week. I'm a believer. I'm a fan. Again, a lot of my fantasy picks are with my heart and not my head. So if you're listening to me out there, understand that statement. Jordan Spieth, good luck to you, kiddo. Second, Hideki Matsuyama. Just a stud. Just a stud. Just someone who gets the job done. Don't want him to win unless he makes me a rich, rich man. But, yeah, Hideki, I think you're just someone who's just so stable and just is always there, makes cuts, tops leaderboards, you name it. He's a good value play there. Next up, man, I'm paying up for this guy. Lee Westwood, 8,800.
I saw that.
Bad move.
No.
His son is on the bag. Bad move. It's not his wife. His son is on the bag.
I think Lee is more mentally stable and more just of a gritty competitor to let just a change in caddy really impact the way that he goes about his golf game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He went T2 with his wife on the bag. When his son went on the bag, guess what happened?
Yeah,
he missed the cut.
We talked about it. It was one event, and who cares? Who knows if he was really invested? This is the Masters. Lee wants this. You're gonna tell me that Lee Westwood
That is true. That is true.
Isn't gonna go out there and compete his dick off for this thing? You got to be kidding me. So yeah, I guess I got Spieth, Westwood, Matsuyama in that order in terms of most expensive to least, and then we're gonna go to Tommy Fleetwood again, a guy who is steady, is likable. I know he's from across the pond, but we like his golf game, and he has yet to get a win on U.S. soil, but I don't think it'll change. I just think that he'll be there. And then we got Sergio Garcia coming in at 7,900. Serge he's a stud, and you know if he's on, and he's going to be there. I won't spend too much time on Serge, but I'll certainly be keeping my eye out on him and his scorecard this week. And then lastly, kind of surprised by this guy being my lowest valued pick, Jason Day of Australia, a guy who knows how to play at Augusta. He's won there before. I mean, is that correct? He's won there.
He's never won, but it's okay. He's been top 5 a couple times.
Shit, whatever. Give me a top 5 finish, Jason. But yeah, just Spieth, Westwood, Matsuyama, Fleetwood, Garcia, Day.
That's a good lineup there, Michael. I was considering a lot of those people.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth. Not Jordan Spieth. Jason Day has 4 top 10s in his Masters tournament history, and has only missed the cut one time and withdrew one time because of injury. So really good pick there. I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think, Tim? You want me to go, or do you want to go ahead?
Let me see what you got. Do you have Jason Day on yours?
No, I don't. No, I do not.
Oh.
Nope. No, I thought about it. I did think about it, but I decided against him. So my first pick, and this is my most expensive pick, and this is a guy who I don't think is a dark horse. I think he's just a contender. And his name is Xander Schauffele.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know at $10,000, do you know that Xander Schauffele has missed one cut in 12 major championships that he's played in? He's missed one cut, and that was the PGA Championship. The dude makes cuts. The dude wins events in a very important time. Won the Tour Championship a couple of years ago. Last year, if it hadn't been for Dustin Johnson having a 10-stroke advantage, he would have won the Tour Championship again. He is an absolute machine in majors. I just don't see this guy getting. I think he is maybe not a top 5 waiting to happen this week, but I do think he is a guy who's a very, very serious contender. My second most expensive guy right here, 9,400, Jordan Spieth. Got to do it. You got to do it. When he wins in spurts. When he wins, he goes all out. The Masters, he has finished in second place once. He's won it once. I don't think he's ever missed the cut at the Masters either. I could be completely wrong on that. And he was low amateur there as well. He's got a huge history at the Masters. I just think this is like kind of how it's Bubba Watson. Like everyone thinks it's Bubba Watson's tournament too. Like I just think the Masters is his. His lowest finish ever was 2020, T46. Before that, he was T21, third, T11, T2, win, T2. The dude is a monster at the Masters. My third pick, $8,500, Daniel Berger. Big fan of the Meister Burger. Love him. 4 top 10s this year. Only missed one cut. He's been unbelievable since he came back. He had a great start to last year as well in 2020. I just think it's sooner or later he's going to break through at a major event. And I think this could be a time where he really does break through. I saw that face, Tim. I'm not sure if you were a fan of it or not a fan of it. You got him too.
Yeah. He won the AT&T Pro Am.
Yeah, dude, he's good, man. He's
and
good.
you know what? You know why else I want him? Because if he wins the Masters, he better damn serve cheeseburgers at the Masters dinner the next year. You better. Anyway,
If your name is Daniel Berger, you have to serve cheeseburgers. That is correct.
Guys,
have to.
Yes.
Stop making me laugh. Stop making me laugh. My pain medicine's wearing off.
Oh man, you gotta love Burgermeister Meisterburger though. He's been a machine this year, and I think he's just a great overall golfer too. Number 4, $8,200, Cameron Smith. Unbelievable event last year. Since that event, I think he's missed one cut. In fact, yep, he missed the Farmers Insurance Open. He missed the cut at the Farmers Insurance. Since then, he's had Zozo Championship, which was the week before, or 2 weeks before the Masters. He was top 5 at the Genesis, top 20 at both the Workday and the Players. He's just a good player, I think. I think he's just really due for it. I think he's going to be great. Number 5, $7,300. My dark horse, Will Zalatoris.
He's going to get eaten up. This is the first time he's playing.
He finished top 5 in the U.S. Open in his first ever major. Get out of here. You put respect on Will Zalatoris' name. You put some respect on there.
He's got to earn it, and I'm looking forward to following his scorecard this weekend. Hopefully this weekend.
My brother likes that pick. My brother was saying that he picked Will Zalatoris too.
He has missed one cut in his PGA Tour career. That was at the Sanderson Farms Championship, which we shouted out earlier. Shout out Sanderson Farms Championship. Send us to Jackson, Mississippi. We'll gladly come and walk the course with y'all. But he literally has missed one cut in his career on the PGA Tour. He does have a top 10 finish already in a major tournament. And I just think he is going to be the next up and comer from this group. And finally on here, and this is a really big dark horse. It's at 60. I ran out of money. Not gonna lie.
But yeah, you had fucking Schauffele and Spieth.
Yep. But I mean, this is probably the value picks of all value picks. And no, it's not Lonto Griffin. I thought about it. I did think about it. $6,500, Ryan Palmer.
Who?
That's a good one.
Ryan, did you just say who?
Yep.
You don't know who Ryan Palmer is?
No, I think I do. Let me just get a photo.
He's got the beard going. Oh yeah.
He's steady. I think
he hasn't won this year. I think he did win last year. I think he won that like Workday Championship at.
It's Ryan Palmer.
That's what I said, Ryan Palmer.
Oh, all right.
Did you think I said Brian?
Yeah.
No, I also thought about taking Brian Harmon, but he was actually too expensive, and I ran out of money. Ryan Palmer is kind of one of those steady Eddie guys. He can make a run, and I think he hasn't played the Masters since I think 2018, but I don't think he's missed a cut at the Masters. So I just think he's a good pick for me, and I'm taking him with that $6,500. So Tim, leading it up, won money last week. Michael won money last week. Brendan did not win money last week. Let's see what you got right now.
That's what I wanted to add.
Oh, talk it up, Mike. Talk it up.
No, I just wanted to add. Me and Timmy, I think I'm 2 for 3. We got to keep track of this. I'm 2 for 4. No, we skipped a week.
2 for 3.
So I'm 2 for 3. I've made a whopping, I think, $5. I know
all reinvested.
It's $10 to enter the millionaire this week. So DraftKings, I'm coming for it. And me and Timmy, take it away on how much you won this past week.
Oh, I won $2.53. Yeah, $2.50.
Big
I won
time.
$2.50. Charlie Hoffman coming up big. Patton Kizzire with a seven under final round. He really. I got a text from Brendan saying, Timmy, great pick with Patton Kizzire. Looking, I see 7 under on the board. I'm like, holy smokes! He got me 117 points or something like that. But anyway, it was a good week. It was great to watch. I'm watching on Easter Sunday, and glad Jordan won that one. But anyway, onward to this week, because nothing beats the Masters. So I got Danny Cheeseburger, just like Brendan. gross name, but I wouldn't say I love him, but I wasn't not rooting for him at the AT&T. But he won, and you got to give it to him. I got a feeling. It's one of those hunch feelings. So I want to preface my lineup besides him, that my lineup is a mom and pop lineup. It is a poor man's lineup. I have a remaining salary of $2,000.
Whoa.
$2,000. All right, I'm gonna start by
What about
the lowest
Dustin
one.
Johnson?
I love it.
Oh, this is a mom and popper, baby. This is small ball right here.
I have a feeling we're either going to hear Sandy Lyle or Larry Mize in here.
No, but I almost had Bernhard Langer. I put $1 on Bernhard Langer to win it all.
Love it.
To be fair, he's made the cut the last like 3 or 4 years. He is not a bad pick at all, and he's only like what, $6,100, if that.
Yeah,
Tim, what would you have there?
500 to 1, so I would win $500 for $1.
I'll put more on that.
10. What if I put $10 on? That's $5,000.
Yeah,
put 100. Who cares?
No, hundreds like all right.
But all right. So starting at the lowest, the hottest player to come out of the match play, Brian Harmon, at the ultimate value pick of 6,800 bones. He's a lefty. We know how Augusta National fares for lefty, with lefty himself, Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson. Just a ultimate value pick. How can I not pick him? Another boy we talked about already on this podcast, Louis Hughes. Got to pick him. And how can you not pick him? $7,500. A little expensive for him. For $7,500.
He's a little pricey, but at the same time, I feel like I know he got cut like I think last year or the year before, but he's almost there he is close up every year with the Masters. So I think that's a great pick.
He's gonna get cut. Cameron Smith. What?
He's gonna get cut. That's classic.
He's gonna get cut. No, he hasn't missed the cut. He hasn't missed the cut at the Masters since 2013. Sorry, my bad on that.
Cameron Smith with you. Finished second last year.
I think
Cameron
he's
Smith.
a great value at 8,200, dude. I think that's an unbelievable value.
I agree. He's kind of got an awkward look to him. He had that mustache last year but boy, oh boy, do I like him, a little Australian pizzazz in him. I don't know what they have over there.
Hey, I know why Brendan can't refrain from making multiple lineups. Every guy you say is like, that's a great pick. I
know. I need to keep wasting money.
Oh man. All right. Paul, an Englishman, Paul Casey. He is like the English version of Sergio Garcia. He's been around for a while. He has not won a major. This could be his year. He's always lurking. I like Paul Casey. He's actually a real nice guy, so they say, and I've never met him.
Oh, I've heard the exact opposite about Paul Casey, actually.
Paul Casey? Oh,
yeah,
no,
I heard he's a dick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I heard he's not Poulter level, but kind of close to Poulter level.
Oh, I guess this isn't a character thing.
No, he's just a very good player, and he finished in the top 5 last year.
Oh, so Paul Casey needs his major, doesn't have a major. He's got a hell of a lot of motivation. And my last one, my God, I feel like I have a lineup of D-bags, but I have Patrick Reed. My God, is his game strong right now. He's got his short game the greens are going to be absolutely treacherous this week. They were talking about how they're already brown today, and it's Wednesday. They're already brown. They are Saturday, Sunday fast. They haven't released the how fast they actually are as far as the number, but Patrick Reed, he's going to need that short game. He's going to need that to chip it close, put in for par when he's not on the green. Already a Masters champion. So mom and pop, here we go. I just want to make some cuts, and hopefully one of those people gets the W. That's it.
Love it.
Yeah, and also they're not allowing the green books this year. I don't know if they allowed them last year or not, but I think this is.
They didn't in November. They did not. I remember it being something with Bryson and yada yada.
Oh my God, yeah, Bryson is a little pansy about it. Like legitimately, like that's the part. Again, there's really good Bryson and really bad Bryson. The green books thing is where I like lose. everything that I want to like about Bryson because he throws tantrums about it. Like Billy Horschel at Chambers Bay, tantrums, like bad tantrums. So it's not good.
Speaking of Bryson, did anybody see that video of him he does this drill, like I don't even know what it is, but he just hits balls as hard as he can, like as quick as he can for as long.
Yeah.
It's just it was at the Masters range, just
yeah. And
like
VJ was standing next to him, just laughing his ass off. Like, what are you doing, bro?
VJ's like half my body would be 15 yards that way, the other half would be 25 yards that way if I did that.
I completely agree. If I was VJ too, I would sit there and I'd be like, I've won this tournament before, and this is not how you win this tournament. But
they said Bryson hit more balls in 10 minutes than Freddie Couples did the entire day. They said Freddie Couples was just walking around talking to everyone, just enjoying the moment.
Good. And Boom Boom's going to come out tomorrow, and he's going to make the goddamn cut for the weekend too, and you know it because Boom Boom lives for one thing, and it's the Masters. What was that? There are so many years, like you look at it, it's almost like an every 5-year thing where Fred Couples just out of nowhere has the first round lead and he puts in a Thursday of like -5 or -6. And everyone's just like, Boom Boom's back. He's back.
Doesn't even break a sweat.
No. He's got the Louis Oosthuizen swing, man. I mean, well, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's the original Fred Couples swing, but him, VJ, Louis Oosthuizen, like VJ must have calmed down as he got older, because I remember back in the day he was not a nice dude, but he must now be very calm, because if he's just laughing it up with Bryson and just shitting on Bryson, but just a smooth swing, that's all you need. And Bryson does not have a smooth swing at all. It's kind of brutal, actually.
Cut. Bryson cut. Bold prediction.
Cut.
Did he get cut in November?
No, he
barely made it, right? Yeah. He barely made it.
Yeah.
Right.
That was all the hype too. That was all the hype going in that week. Bryson's gonna walk away with it, yada yada.
And guess who did walk away with it? The guy who Bryson wishes he could hit like.
That's right. With the consistency of.
Yeah. And no, DJ's an absolute. Oh yeah. Yeah. He 34. That's not bad. He's never gotten cut at the Masters, but I think he was like close to 11K. And I'm like, I'm not paying that for Bryson.
No.
Do you remember Bryson when he played as an amateur? Obviously, it was like a big deal with him and his funny hat and his like all the same length clubs. It was the big talk. And then he said, they're like, oh, are you going to try to win the amateur? And he's like, no, I'm trying to win the tournament. Like he thought he was going to win the tournament. And I mean, he has a lot of confidence going in at Augusta. To say he's playing the par fives as par fours, it's very bold of him to say it, put it nicely. But I like that prediction, Mike. He will get cut. I think if he knows he's going to get cut, I think he's going to go out saying, no, I got injured or something like that. Or
I get my blood checked for who knows what.
COVID. He's going to say he had COVID and then just ruin the PGA Tour.
I think we've kind of slightly defined ourselves as a anti-Bryson podcast.
We're not anti-Bryson. We're just not pro-Bryson. We're like, we like Bryson when Bryson does good things. We don't like Bryson when Bryson does bad things. And this is Bryson doing. When you say that, you're doing bad Bryson. So stop that.
But you can't help but watch. You can't, whether you like him or you don't.
Nope.
You have to watch.
Yep.
Must watch TV.
I 100% agree. And it just pisses me off to no end.
I mean, his Tiger is his idol. And like, I don't know. You'd think he would learn maybe a little bit like that. The body's going to break down, that like, you can't be doing that for like, what are you trying to be the best golfer? I mean, obviously he's trying to be the best golfer right now, but golf is such like a longevity game, and he could be the best for 20 years. Like, there's no way he can keep this up.
No, you can even see it too. And I mean, like, there's a reason why Brooks and DJ like make fun of him, is because they do it effortlessly, while Bryson had to like go out and drink 12 protein shakes a day. Like literally, like you hear about his freaking calorie diet, and like when he first came back, people weren't like, oh my God, people were like, oh, look how much muscle he put on. I'm like, yeah, look how much muscle he put on. But like, as a fellow big guy too, like he's still got the tummy there. Like he's not like ripped, like he's just bulked. And there's a big difference between being ripped and being bulky. And he was bulky. And I think that also, like, Augusta National is not a tournament where you can do what he did at the US Open, which is just, I'm going to hit the ball 370 yards. I'm going to use my 9-iron out of there because it's the same length as my 5-iron. I'm going to use that to torque it out of the rough. Like, this tournament requires spot. Like, he lucked out. I don't think he lucked out. Like, he played amazing at Winged Foot, but for some reason he just played well there, and he tried to do the same exact thing at Augusta, and he pooped the bed. So, I don't feel bad for him.
No, because they said Alistair McKenzie and Bobby Jones, they made the course to be able to use your entire bag, to be able to use different shots. It's not like Winged Foot where you can just go straight and far. It's you need to use your head, and it's all about where you land the ball in the fairway, and which is
why guys like Louis Oosthuizen, why Abraham Answer and Cameron Smith last year, why they're able to compete, because they're like Kevin Kisner's, they're plotters. They have to plan their shots, and they do, and they're really good at it. And it's a guy like Zach Johnson, who's the same way, who won the Masters. Like, you get these guys and you do well on that course, or you pull a Bubba and you just kind of pull it out of your ass twice. But, sometimes you're just, which is why I do think Webb Simpson is like actually like a pretty dark horse pick, because he is like the ultimate plotter. But I don't know. I just think Webb Simpson's the most vanilla guy on the PGA Tour right now, and I do like him, but like it's hard not to hate. It's hard to hate him, but like at the same time, like he's just kind of meh, I think.
Abe Answer's a great plotter too. I can't believe none of us picked him.
I picked him last year, but then I also had a couple guys cut last year, so I was not happy about it. I thought about it. He's a little expensive this year too, though, because he had a really good last year.
True. They're true.
But anyways, great job as always, guys. We'll see how these go tomorrow morning. Well, today morning, since technically this is coming out on Thursday, even though we're recording Wednesday. Don't tell anyone. But now we come to the best part of the show, my favorite part of the show, as I say every time. You can go back and watch the YouTube videos every time I say this. Future's golfer poll. Timmy is going to go ahead and give us a nice little golfer poll. Me and Mike are probably going to give the wrong answer, and then Timmy's going to tell us what the right one is, but that's okay. We're going to answer it no matter what. So, Tim, take it away.
Okay. Duff daddies and Duff mothers. Here
Duff
we
mamas,
go.
not Duff mothers. Duff
I know.
mamas. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Had to be proper,
Duff fathers and Duff mothers.
Duff fathers and Duff mothers. Here we are. All right,
We've
so
officially hit the off the rails part of the program.
Overtired, and we're not even the ones who's on painkillers.
Yeah, I am telling you, my mouth is killing me.
We've officially lost it. All right, so what we got here is a little playoff of last week in a way, because I almost asked it last week, and I was going to switch it up, but I got to ask this question because it is Masters week, and because I could ask every week a question about Augusta National, but we're not going to do that. We're going to finish with Augusta National this week. Which is more blue ball inducing? Which is worse? Would you rather play the front nine at St. Andrews or the front nine at Augusta? Which would be worse? The front nine, just, you can't play the back nine. You can't play. So you play the front nine at St. Andrews. That's pretty brutal. You can't play the road hole. You can't play the 18th. You go to Augusta, you play the front nine. You cannot play Amen corner. You cannot play 15, 16, and 18. Which is worse?
This is horrible. This is terrible.
Brendan, look at you. You are so distressed. I'll take the lead here. I wouldn't even show up to Augusta if you're telling me that I'm only going to be gifted 9 holes. I need to play the whole 18-hole golf course, and yeah, there's nothing more to it. It's as simple as that. I've seen and felt like Augusta is just broadcasting more than St. Andrews. I've seen it on TV year in and year out. I'm itching for St. Andrews to be back in the fold in a British, but yeah, I'm going Augusta 8 days a week. Let me get 18 holes there so that I can shoot a 215. But at least you can say that I've strolled the luscious fairways and ran through Amen Corner and had some really cool golf shots on maybe the most prestigious golf course in the world.
Love it. I respect it.
Maybe
Brendan?
the most prestigious golf course in the world. Maybe. Because you know what is? Because you know that St. Andrews is the most prestigious golf course in the world. It is the home of golf. I am having such a hard time right now. I really want to go Augusta National. I feel like as an American, I have to go Augusta National, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm doing it. It would hurt so much more to fly all the way to St. Andrews, Scotland.
That's a good point. You got to fly.
I would even take a boat. Imagine taking a boat to get to St. Andrews, Scotland, and get up to the tee box and being like, okay, by the way, you can only play holes 1 through 9. Like, the home of golf, the RNA. Like, I get it. Like, we have taken the sport of golf and we have made it better because we're Americans and we kind of steal other people's stuff and we make it better. It's just kind of what we do. But it's St. Andrews, guys. It's the most prestigious golf course in the world. I love Augusta National. Can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry, guys. St. Andrews, that would hurt so much more.
Little surprised by that, Brendan. A little surprised by that, but I
have always been a British Open guy, though. So I just think it's how golf was supposed to be played. Like, I mean, they literally designed it. Like the old Scottish people with their silly kilts, and I'm offending an entire country right now, but I don't even care. They designed it to be against the ocean in a big open space where there's barely any rough, and where there is rough, it's 10 feet high, so you can't even hit out of it, and the wind is swirling like 35 miles an hour. That's how golf is meant to be played.
I love it.
I'm gonna take a clip from that. Holy hell, that was unbelievable, Brendan. Brendan, that might be my favorite part about you and golf. Like, is that you are through and through a British guy, a British Open guy.
I don't know why either. Like, I'm very American. I'm very American, but for some reason, like, the Open Championship is by far and away my favorite. And that's weird to say because, like, I love the U.S. Open, obviously, but like, there's something just about the Open Championship on a links course where it's probably raining and it's July and people are wearing pants and long sleeves when I'm in shorts and a t-shirt sweating my balls off. Like, that is golf. That is golf, people.
Hey, so isn't Augusta, though.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not at all.
But I love that because once we get the British rolling around here, we'll be just as jacked up for that as we are the Masters. I love being that guy. Like, I know the time zones are different than Eastern time zone and European, but like, I love waking up early.
I love waking up at 4 a.m. I actually very much enjoy waking up at 4 a.m. and putting the British Open on. Putting the Open Championship. Sorry, the Open Championship. The Open Championship on. Shout out to our 3 Irish listeners, and that's it, because apparently no one in the UK listens to us. You better start. I'm on your guys' side on this.
Ooh, that's a good call. We got to get some British people here, you know? Yeah. But no, you're right. Waking up, something about waking up. You tell me I got to wake up for 4 a.m. for anything but golf. It's probably not going to happen. But I am waking up. I don't even have to leave my bed. Just turn it on. Bada bing. Here we go. Let's watch some golf. And I do like something about the comfort comforting of wearing long sleeves while playing golf in the wind swirl. I can't wait to put that clip on TikTok. You're swirling around. That was great to watch. That was
Better send
All
it to
right.
me after so I can put it on too.
Oh my God. That's just passion right there. Passion for the Brits. All right. So I am in a unique place to make my call. And I am going to say the most blue ball inducing answer for me is I don't know if I could play the front nine at Augusta and not play the back nine. There's no way I could do that. There's front nine's great at Augusta, but has got to be not a 10 through 18, got to be the best back nine in the world. I mean, there is just every hole. I mean, they're all famous. I mean, tell me another golf course, you can name them all.
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews. I cannot not play the back nine at Augusta. I would rather not play the front nine than not play all 18, to be honest. And Brendan, you will respect this. I have been to St. Andrews, and I have walked the course. And I have never played it, but my dad and I, when we went, we walked the course. So I got a little bit of a feel there. So I would rather, I could deal with playing the front nine at Augusta and not playing the back, but I could not do that at Augusta. Also, in St. Andrews, the course goes out 9 and you have to literally walk back 18. That would stink to walk out all the way 9 holes and then have to walk back just passing all the holes and not being able to play.
It's yeah. Exactly.
That's a good point.
Oh shit. I don't know. But yeah, I like that this one was split between you guys. Don't count my answer as the good one. You guys had great explanation as to why. And good work this week. Holy hell. It's the Masters week, guys.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. As always, guys, it has been a pleasure. We ran a little late because we always run a little late, but you know what? It's worth it in the end.
Masters edition. It's got to go long.
Oh, yeah. 100%. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow Duffin Up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do have the Twitter machine. We need to get more followers there. I try and tweet everything out, but it just doesn't work. And I just follow us on Twitter, please. Jesus Christ. You can follow Duffin Up on TikTok as well. We've grown pretty significantly there, so I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully it goes into some other areas too. You can follow Timmy. Go ahead. Where can we follow you?
Oh, you can follow me at Chooch Golf on TikTok.
Perfect.
We're just
Michael.
That's it.
Michael, got any social medias yet?
No, you can follow me sitting on my couch this weekend watching the Masters because that's where I'll be.
Yep, we will be out in the sun right there following. We'll be out in our nice little new outdoor area with the new TV out there, and we'll be watching the Masters there.
Did you guys play this weekend? Did you guys play this weekend?
I played this weekend. We don't got to talk about it.
Not
didn't
good.
Didn't play that well. We can talk about it next week.
Okay.
All righty. All right, guys. As always, thank you so much, and get on out there. We'll let it fly when we get out there, boys. Just let it fly.
Play better.
Whole everything.
Oh, we got a new one. We got whole everything. I love it, Michael. Great job. There we go. One more.